Hi, in this video I'll do my best to present to you with a brief, simple guide or introduction to Dark Knight gameplay in Endwalker. Before I roll up the main segment that shows the opener plus a 4-minute rotation, I would like to share with you the core gameplay loop of Dark Knight and some things to keep in mind. This video will be more DPS focused than anything else because defensive rotations mechanics are more fight dependent, so talking about them in general and with no context, it's not really useful in my opinion. So first of all, Dark Knight opener is all about double weaving your OGCDs in between almost every single one of your GCD. So basically you're gonna go like this: GCD, double of GCD, GCD, double OGCD. That makes the opener a bit button smashy, but the rest of the core rotation makes up for it since it's way less heavy in terms of OGCDs and by the same extent easier or simpler. If you have trouble getting used to the opener or learning it, or any opener, I would suggest splitting it into different parts and learning each part at a time, developing the muscle memory for that part and going from there. That's what I did. The things to keep in mind as a Dark Knight are the following. For your blood gauge, do not use your blood pillar every time you reach 50 gauge, but keep generating, and once you're about to cap or over cap, use one. Also use one to dump gauge before using your blood weapon if you're about, let's say, 80 or 90, because blood weapon will make you generate 10 gauge for every weapon skill that you use. And generally you're gonna use Delirium plus blood weapon and then spam blood spiller, and blood spiller will generate 10 gauge every time you use it. And if you're not really careful, you're gonna overcap, so yeah, keep that in mind. Secondly, always make sure to have like 50 gauge ready when your Living Shadow is about to come FCD or you're gonna use it, because if you don't have enough gauge, yeah, you're not in a good place. Okay, secondly, or the next point is about mana. Mana, you're gonna treat it pretty much like blood gauge. You're gonna spam your Edge of Shadows when you have to spam them in your opener. Outside of your opener or your burst window, just use it to keep Dark Side up, and or keep it for Blackest Night if you need it. Make sure also to use your blood weapon 75% through your GCD rollout or as a second off GCD to maximize its uptime or ticks. Probably have a small segment or video about this if they don't change it, but yeah, there's different things to keep in mind and thresholds in order to maximize blood weapon use, but I'm not gonna get into the specifics. So yeah, just make sure to use it as a second off GCDs if you're gonna double weave, or 75% through your OGCD, through your GCD rollout, sorry. For the rest, the rotation is pretty straightforward. You're gonna, get used to it when you watch the opener of the video afterwards. But keep your Shadowbringers charges for your 2-minute burst windows. So just sit on your charge that you already have, and then just use them back to back. Not back to back, but you know what I mean, in your 2-minute burst windows, in order to have them inside the raid buffs. For Delirium blood weapon on CD, usually you want to combine them, but yeah, on CD, and Carven Spit and Solid Earth on CD too. I would love to talk about raid buffs and how to maximize your DPS playing around them, but unless you're in a really good group static with people that either know what they're doing or communicate, in my experience, it's not worth the hassle, because usually when you're in pugs, if you don't know the players, or if they're not good, but aware of what they're doing, they're gonna do whatever they want, and you can't expect or not expect. You cannot predict what they're gonna do. Yep. Thank you for listening, and then I'm gonna roll out the opener in the video, and you have a nice day. Bye bye.